Hi, I'm Ted Yates with more pop music trivia. On this special 100th edition, I will be counting down 10 classic hits that stayed at number 1 for the longest number of weeks from the 50s through the 80s. Each one held on to the top spot for over 2 months. We'll start with number 10 on the list of hits known for their longevity at number 1. This was the top instrumental of the rock era, Theme from a Summer Place by Percy Faith, from the film which starred Sandra Dee and Troy Donahue. This was number 1 for 9 weeks beginning in 1960. From one hot hit to another. The 9th-ranked hit for being number 1 for the most weeks is one from 1981, which occupied the top spot for 9 weeks. It's by a former member of the New Christy Minstrels, Kim Carnes, with Betty Davis Eyes. This monumental hit was co-written by Jackie DeShannon.
She got Betty Davis eyes, and she'll tease you, she'll unease you.
Number 8 was 1959's top song, and it stayed there for 9 weeks. Bobby Darin with a song from the Threepenny Opera, Mac the Knife.
Get someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife?
Number 7 on this special 100th edition of Pop Music Trivia was from the movie of the same name, and it became the biggest hit ever for Motown. Endless Love by Diana Ross and Lionel Richie. He also wrote and produced this love ballad, which embraced the best spot for 9 weeks.
You will always be my endless love.
The Beatles' biggest hit of all stands in the 6th position on the number 1 countdown. It was written by Paul McCartney for John Lennon's son Julian, and featured Paul on lead vocals with John, George, and Ringo, and a 40-piece orchestra. From 1968, when it stayed on top for 9 weeks, this is...
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better.
At the halfway mark of the top 10 biggest number 1s, we find the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. The top single of 1957 was number 1 for 9 weeks, and it was the 2nd year in a row that Elvis had the top single of the year. The other one is still to come on this countdown. But now, it's all shook up.
I'm all shook up. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Number 4 on this special 100th edition of Pop Music Trivia Countdown was number 1 for 10 weeks in late 1977 into early 1978. From the biggest one-hit wonder of the 70s, Debbie Boone, the daughter of Pat Boone, You Light Up My Life.
And you light up my life. You give me hope to carry on.
The third biggest for being number 1 for the longest period of time spent 10 weeks at the top in late 1956 into early 1957. Guy Mitchell, with a song produced by Mitch Miller, Singin' the Blues.
Well, I never felt more like singing the blues, 'cause I never thought that I'd ever lose your love, dear. Why'd you do me this way?
Number 2 on the number 1 countdown was a hot hit in more ways than one. This song became an aerobics class staple, but was also identified for its sexual innuendo, catapulting it to number 1. It remained in the best position for 10 weeks and became Olivia Newton-John's hottest hit of all, Physical.
Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. Let me hear your body talk.
Now, the hit that had the longest run at number 1, 11 weeks in all. It was the King who ruled the radio airwaves in 1956. And Don't Be Cruel reigned.
If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to who heart is true.
The B-side of Don't Be Cruel was Hound Dog, a great double-sided hit single. There you have it. The 10 biggest and longest running number ones from the 50s through the 80s on this special 100th edition of Pop Music Trivia. If you enjoyed it, please share it. Join me next time for more pop music trivia with lists of 10 now on a weekly basis. Thanks for listening and watching.